It's your friendly neighborhood qualified psychotherapist here, Johanna Dinsdale from Therapy. I accidentally went live. I didn't get my background set up or anything, but it is what it is. This is the kind of day we're having, which is completely fine. So if you're new here to this live, we talk about tips and tricks that I use in therapy on this channel, and these lives are all about just getting to hear back from the community what you guys are up to. Typically we have a theme going on, and today the theme is going to be anxiety, something very close to my heart because I experience anxiety often. How about you guys? I'd love to hear about your experiences with anxiety. And, just to start off, I'll just start by saying what anxiety is. What is it exactly? So basically, anxiety is when you are feeling highly escalated emotionally. It's basically an alarm that is correlated to your survival instincts. So for example, if there was a giant tiger chasing after you, you would feel a lot of anxiety, right? I'm sure you guys can envision that. Your heart would be racing, you'd be sweating, you'd be breathing heavily, and of course you'd start to run, and your thoughts would be racing too. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Of course, there's different methods or different ways of feeling anxiety. There's fight or flight, where, either you want to run, you want to fight that person, or sometimes people freeze as well. They're just unable to move or do anything at all. Hi, David. How are you doing? I'm good. I'm feeling a little sleepy still, so I got my maple syrup coffee. I hope you have a drink too. What are you drinking this morning? Yeah, the theme of the day is anxiety. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, so basically we talked about anxiety where it's helpful, right? If we're being chased by a giant tiger, that's very helpful to feel anxiety. But in this day and age, hi Fahad, hi Joe, how are you doing? Good morning. We're talking anxiety. So yeah, it's very helpful, right? If you're being chased by a tiger, great. However, often in this day and age, we feel a lot of anxiety when we don't have to, right? So for example, we might feel anxiety every time we're going into work, or every time, we go outside and socialize. This almost like alarm bells going off when you don't need it to anymore. Hi Logan, how are you doing? Johanna. Johanna, that's me. Or you could call me Jorb. That's what some people call me when I'm being silly. My sister invented that one. Good. Yeah, you guys ever experience anxiety? Tell me all about it. David is drinking 2 cans of full fat cola, and you're feeling better now. Very good. I personally like the Coke Zero a lot. Something about that flavor is delicious. But I'll drink a full fat cola every now and again. Got nothing opposed to it. So right, what is the purpose of anxiety? The purpose of anxiety is to keep you guys safe, right? It's all about keeping you safe. But if you kind of reflect on the time that you feel anxiety, a lot of the time it's happening when there's nothing really dangerous going on, right? And that's when we can start to intervene with this anxious feelings. When it's no longer serving a purpose in your life and you want change, that's the time to start actively making steps towards healing this anxiety. And trust me, I've let anxiety get to the better of me many, many times in the past, okay? I think it's kind of my go-to when it comes to these things. I feel very anxious sometimes before sessions because I want to do the best I can possibly do, right? We want to do good and the things that we care about. But then I check in with myself and say, exactly, Logan, can be controlled if we learn how to control your breath. That is so true. Controlling your breathing is really important when it comes to anxiety. And do you know why? It is because our nervous system is connected to that feeling of anxiety. So if you think of it this way, this is like really kind of simple terms. Your brain is firing these anxious messages down to your body, right? That's why you get like this visceral reaction. Your heart racing, you're sweating, you're jittery, right? Your whole body is affected by these messages and your brain saying, help, okay, we're anxious, something's happening here. When we breathe calmly, it's actually literally tricking your body to thinking, oh, there could be anything possibly wrong. We're breathing gently and easily. That's something that we do when we're calm. So you're tricking your body basically to say, we're fine. And you're soothing your nervous system when you do that. Hi, Simply Blessed. Is that your name? Simply Blessed. Very cool name. David, I need to drink some full fat cola. Maybe I should. Absolutely. Hi, Vicus. Yo, yo. How are you doing this morning? The theme of the day is anxiety, guys. What are you anxious about? I love to hear. Busia, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm just a therapist here. Just a girly therapist. Talking about anxieties. And yeah, anxiety is... We talked about like the muscles getting tense. Do you guys ever feel butterflies in your stomach? I don't really get that too much, but I've heard from some of my clients and just online that that's a pretty common thing. And, anxiety does have an effect on the way that you're thinking too. If you are really, really escalated in anxiety, it's hard for you to think clearly. You get a lot of what ifs racing in your mind. You ever get that? Oh my gosh, I am the worst at that. Sometimes I'm constantly planning the beginning of social interactions. I'm like, if they say this, I'm gonna do this. If they do that, I'm gonna do that. And it's like, is this necessary? It's nighttime where you are? Whereabouts are you, Busia? That's exciting. So good evening then. I'm doing good, Vicus. I'm doing real good. A little sleepy, but I'm slowly waking up. Oh, the Philippines. I love that. Heart from Canada. Ontario, Canada. Hi, Nicholas. How are you doing? We're talking anxieties. And I'm a therapist, so feel free to ask me any questions. Meditation can be really helpful when it comes to anxiety. Absolutely. That is so true. Nicholas, whereabouts are you from? We got somebody from the Philippines, which is awesome. I know only about one word from Tagalog, which is masarap, which means delicious. Ooh, Tennessee, very nice. And India. Oh my gosh, guys, we're getting people from around the world. This always makes me so happy. You've never seen snow in your life? Oh my gosh. Well, let me tell you. Does it ever snow in Tennessee, Nicholas? Let me know. I feel like there was, at one point, you guys had like a big frozen kind of epidemic thing. You guys had your whole town shut down because you weren't ready for any snow. Was that Tennessee? Or was that somewhere else? I don't know. But yeah, sometimes anxiety causes you to not be able to focus. Have you ever experienced that? I get that so frequently during exam times. my brain just kind of shuts down, right? Because of that stress, it's really hard. Not David, we're all good. I appreciate you asking. Oh my gosh, yeah. It snows all of the time here. Ontario's a very snowy place. Sometimes you get snow higher than your head, okay? I'm not even kidding. And you get stuck in your house basically for a few days. So you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure that you have your house well stocked, or else there might be some issues, I'm telling you. Yeah, that does cause me anxiety. As a therapist, you have to stay calm, keep calm, and carry on. Do you guys know that saying? That's from my British side, my culture. Keep calm and carry on. But yeah, for when I am struggling with focusing, let's talk about different kind of interventions you can use. So firstly, one that is tricky but very helpful, you can kind of compartmentalize your feelings. So for example, if you're in the middle of an exam and you really want to freak out because you don't know the answers right now, you have to say, pull yourself together just for now. You're allowing yourself to absolutely freak out after the exam, but right now, right here, you gotta keep it together. Keep it together. So, what do? You breathe. And sometimes we use this grounding technique. Masarap. Yeah, there you go. Masarap everything. Delicious. Oh, Reshma, you want blonde hair like mine? Oh, I don't know. Black hair is so beautiful too. I love when hair is like so black that it almost like reflects blue off of it. Oh, that is gorgeous. Yes, Logan, the snow's the reason for anxiety a lot of the time. It's more annoying than anxiety inducing. I'd say the big snowfall maybe happens for a week, and the rest of the time it's pretty manageable. It's just you got to keep going outside and shoveling constantly, or else it really piles up and then you're in for it. Hi, Pervez. Hi, Ambreen. Nice to meet you. We Indians have black hair. Very nice. Yes. Get that shiny black hair. It's excellent. Yeah, I'm not naturally blonde, as you can see. I got my roots coming in. I actually started to get, this is true, guys, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, but I started to get a few little gray hairs every here and there. And I said, I'm not ready for that. So then I decided, why not pick a fun color? Like, what color do I really want to go for? And I said, you know what? Blonde it is. Everybody knows blondes have more fun, right? Hi, Adriana. Hello. Nice to see you. I look like Love Morgan. I don't know who that is. Juan. Nashit. Hi. Thank you. It's 9:12 at night. Oh my gosh. The Philippines are basically completely opposite from our time zone because it's 9:12 in the morning here. So that's amazing. Hi, Roger. Hi, Moana. If you guys want to subscribe, feel free. I am a therapist, a virtual therapist in Canada, and we talk mental health here. Yeah, and we're talking anxiety. I do these lives every morning during the weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, C Death X2, you're in Canada? Excellent. My brother slash sister slash sibling, welcome to the chat. I look like Daenerys Targaryen. That is literally like the best compliment I've ever gotten in my whole life. Thank you, Reshma. Oh, I love her so much. She's great. Do you guys think I should go into acting? I don't think so. I really like being a therapist. It's like the greatest job in the world. It really is. Is IBS related to mental health? Absolutely. If you got an irritable bowel, I can't imagine how that would impact your mental health. It's very stressful to have to manage those symptoms. Liv Morgan is a WWE wrestler? Okay, I'll take your word for it, Juan. Game of Thrones is awesome. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you guys, actually, this is to do with the anxiety topic because I need to chill out with like the intense shows. Like Game of Thrones stresses me out because they're so unpredictable with the violence. And I personally am a girl who closes their eyes when things get really violent. So yeah. Especially poor, what's his name? Pedro Pascal's death in Game of Thrones. Spoilers, sorry guys, but it's a very old show. Hi, Maria from Minnesota. Welcome to the chat. We're talking anxiety. I'm a therapist from Canada. You want me to try to say something in the Philippines? Oh, you want to translate something into Tagalog? Okay. Say, hi, my name is Johanna Dinsdale from Therapy. Thanks for tuning in. That's fun. You bow to you, Khaleesi. Khaleesi. That's from Game of Thrones. I should do my hair braided like that. She had the best hair. But I am not very good with the hair stuff. All those tricky hairstyles. I'm just straight down. If you guys have known me for a long time, you know I just wear my hair down exactly the same way. Yeah, I do have a lot of tips for anxiety. So, for example, my biggest one is to challenge your thoughts if you're starting to get yourself worked up. We kind of talked about how it impacts you. You get these like what if thoughts, difficulty focusing, magnifying threats. That's very common too. Like, for example, oh my gosh, if I hand in this file like it is, I'm gonna get fired, right? It's like, let's challenge that thought. What is the actual likelihood that that will happen? Maybe it's 3%, not very likely. Of course, we don't want to rule it out completely, but you're an asset to the company. You've been there for 10 years. It's all right. We're going to challenge that thought and say, actually, no, that's not quite true. If I was a wrestler, she would be built, oh my gosh, David, don't guess my weight. That's too silly. Hi, Moana. Sorry, I'm just catching up on everybody. Oh, you translated it. Thank you. That looks so cool. Bye, Busia. Thanks for joining and translating that. I could try to say it before you go. Kamusta po ako si Johanna din sa Canada. That's my Tagalog accent. Vicus. You know what, Vicus? This is fun. I'm going to add you as a moderator. Okay, there you go. You're welcome. Is someone is free from expectations, feeling, and emotions? I mean, if you can control these things in a correct manner, then you can get rid of it. Yeah, but also give yourself some grace, guys. If you're feeling really anxious, it's normal, right? It's about saying, I'm having a hard time right now and I'm going to be really gentle with myself today. And it's not about like giving up on everything, right? It's saying, I'm having a hard moment, so I'm just going to be peaceful with myself and do something just for me to calm myself down. Reshma, you feel nauseous during anxiety? Yeah, those are related actually, absolutely. A lot of people do feel nauseous or feel butterflies in their stomachs. It's very common. I think it has to do with the nervous system too, but I don't want to give you any false info, but I do believe it's like a physical reaction to anxiety. Am I a gamer? I'm not a gamer per se. I was actually gifted this chair. It's kind of random gift, but yeah, that was a gift to me. Yeah. Um, David, sometimes just in case, okay, buddy, you're doing a great job, but just for backup, we got Vic is here too. He's been a great asset to the community. Logan, self affirmation is probably what you mean. Yeah, if you guys don't know what affirmations mean, it means that you are being nice and calm, and basically you come up with like a mantra. It's like a phrase that really resonates with your core values and purpose as a human being. So, for example, an affirmation for me might be, I am a good person and I am doing my best. That's a good one for me, right? Because we're trying so hard every day, run, run, run. And then sometimes you feel like you're failing because you can't get everything that you want to get done. But then you remember your affirmation. I'm doing the best I can. I'm a good person, right? You know, sometimes we make mistakes. Doesn't make us a bad person. It means that we've learned a lesson and we're never going to do that again. I'm from Canada, Orion. Orion? Is that how you say your name? Canada, Ontario. Matalug, bye. Thanks for subscribing, Busia. I hope I see you again. You rest, okay? You rest. We'll see you again later. Take care. Bye. Taylor, are you from Denver? That's so cool. You know, before I wouldn't have recognized, I think you did a postal code there. I just found out about American postal codes and they look completely different from Canadian ones. I don't know how I didn't know that for so long. You are the I. Okay. Very cool. Ishao, welcome back. I do remember you. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, I don't mind answering my age. I am 31. 31 years young. Oh my gosh, I need my tea. And again, of course, I've gotten to yapping and haven't done any of my makeup, which was the plan. All right, I'm gonna start to do it. Yeah, fun fact, guys. They use these like anxiety tips in the army. This is what they teach them in boot camp. They teach you to be really calm and collected. And the breathing is a huge one. I know that there's this thing that they teach. I saw this on a documentary, so just take this with a grain of salt. But they do like that test in the army where they make them like basically link arms and then like sit by the ocean waves crashing over them. To basically build up resilience to unpleasant things. And they use all these kind of techniques to ground themselves, right? It's all mental games, right? Absolutely. How can you elaborate? The nervous system are related to external stimulus. I guess it's making me nauseous during anxiety. Sure, yeah. So basically, our brain is sending signals when we feel anxious, right? It all starts with the brain. It starts with the brain producing different chemicals, right? For example, cortisol is really associated with anxiety. And when that happens, it spikes certain things in our bodies. Our heart starts to race, we start to get rapid breathing. And this is all to do with back in the day when anxiety was a tool, a technique basically built in us to survive danger, right? So when we get nervous, sometimes our what do you call it, digestive system shuts down too. So if you're like going for a run and everything, and you're running, you're feeling anxious, you can't eat food properly. It's not going to digest properly because of the different chemicals that are affecting your stomach. So that's the connection there. Not too old, not too young. Yeah, right in the middle, guys. There we go. I got 2 security guards. I really appreciate you, Vicus, for taking up the mantle. It's a great honor. Logan, I have not heard of that person, no. Religious wise, I actually typically don't disclose my religion. Fun fact, because it actually impacts the therapeutic relationship you have with people. So for some people, they like to, go with a Christian therapist or like a Hindi therapist, and that's completely fine. But for me, I like to just not disclose that information because I like to say that, like I've studied a lot of different religions. If I don't know very much about that religion, I will disclose that, but I won't say specifically what I believe in. How about you, Orion? What do you believe in? Yes, Busia, I am live tomorrow. I do lives every morning on the weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hi, Shakila. Welcome. Hi, Down. Ishal, you're 20, huh? Wow. Oh, you're new? Well, welcome. I'm a therapist from Canada. We just like to chit chat about mental health stuff and get kind of silly. Oh my gosh, you guys have left so many comments. I'm trying to catch up. I love the way you explain each and everything. Oh, thanks, Vicus. Yes, I am live tomorrow. Sorry I didn't see that comment before. Bye. Yeah, I have 4 bodyguards. I think I made 3. Oh, yay. You subscribe? That's wonderful. I think I have 3 moderators. Did I make a 4th? David, you would probably know. Oh, you believe in the sun? What sun? Yeah, I am. I'm a qualifying psychotherapist here in Canada. I do mental health stuff. I mostly work with relationships. Do anxieties come up when you think of relationships, guys? I think most people have at least one anxious relationship in their life. That's pretty normal too. You're not going to get along with everybody, right? I mean, especially bosses. Oh my gosh, bosses stress me out. That's why I started my own business. I get to be my own boss, which is nice. Do I know about UFOs? Do I know about them? I know of them. I think that there's maybe stuff out there. I mean, the world is pretty vast. The universe is pretty vast. I'm sure there's something out there. Are you a camera? Because every time I look at you, I smile. Oh my gosh. That's so cheesy, but very cute. What is my eye color? It's a light brown. You can't really see right now. My younger sibling has green eyes, so very jealous I didn't get the green eyes package, but you know what? Brown eyes are gorgeous too. I think people just want the rare things in life, huh? Okay, powder time. Focus, Jorb, focus. You got things to do. Yeah. Oh, here's a fun fact, guys. When it comes to anxiety, people found out that using cold to shock you out of a panic attack is like a recent discovery. So if you're ever having a major panic attack, this is called the DBT tip trick. So you basically dunk your head into water, and it's known as, what do they also call it? The diver's reflex. So if you're dunked into cold water, immediately it just like shocks your system out of a panic attack. Yeah. It seems made up, but look it up, guys. It's true. DBT tip technique. It is completely evidence based and used in a lot of situations. When I first heard of it, I was like, what the heck? But it's true. Yeah, you do. Blonde hair. Yes, me too. That's why I went blonde. It's so beautiful. You like the blue eyes? Yeah, hazel eyes and green eyes. Nice. What color are your eyes, everybody? I want to know. Yeah, no, it's blonde. Naturally, no. You can see the roots coming in. Play Kim. What's a Kim? Oh, are you talking about Kim Possible? Kim Possible. That would be a good Halloween costume. That would be a lot of fun. What should I dress up for Halloween, guys? Any ideas? You have black eyes? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I love those like really dark, dark, dark eyes personally. Mission Impossible. Is that a costume? What would that even be? I dress up like, oh my gosh, what's his name? Oh, I'm blanking so hard. What's his name? The guy from Mission Impossible. Come on, I know this. Tom Cruise. There we go. Oh, you have blue eyes? Very nice. That's gorgeous. Blue eyes, black brown eyes, and black hair. Nice. Yeah, dark eyes are nice. I think as long as the eyes suit the people, it looks really beautiful. I'm seeing a lot of these people who are getting like those eye changing surgeries, and I don't know. Like again, I don't want to judge people for their decisions, but often it's almost jarring to see people with like those crazy colored eyes, you know? Or like it's almost like face, what do you call it? Symmetry, right? It just doesn't suit their face. When the sun left the oh, down, you're talking about religious stuff. Okay, very nice. Yeah, religion could help with anxiety too, fun fact. A lot of people find solace and comfort in religion, so if you're feeling very anxious, sometimes prayer can be a huge thing to rely on to get through those moments. A lion never changes its appearance. I love that, Oriel. That's great. Aw, thanks, Shaquila. Yeah, it's only good vibes here, guys. If you want to join the community, feel free to subscribe. We just have a great time on here. We hang out, I post videos, I do like sleep story videos and mental health tips and tricks. I'm still trying to figure out what like my exact thing I want to do is, but I definitely love these lives, so they're sticking around. I'm going to continue doing these lives every weekday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for as long as possible. I might have to duck out every now and then, but for most part, stick around. Oh, David, I think we're okay. Thanks for asking. Reshma, one of my friend is married. She got pregnant, but for some reason, whoops. Oh, she's now trying for it. I guess affected her deeply mentally. Okay, so your friend's trying again after losing a baby. Oh, Any advice? Yeah, I guess my advice would be in order to support them is just listening, right? That's the most important thing. Letting them know I'm going to be here for you no matter what. Just telling them that I'm here for you. I know you're going through a hard time and I am here for you. What do you need from me so I can support you the best way possible? That's a really good way to connect with that person. And also, if she's on your mind, right, give her a little call. Just say, "Hey, I was thinking of you. How's it going?" Right? Even if she doesn't want to specifically talk about that, I'm sure she'll really appreciate the fact that you're reaching out all the time and, just doing little things to remind her that you are there for her. And when she talks about it, it's not about trying to fix the problem, right? Often we go into this default of wanting to fix things when sometimes just listening and, validating her emotions is good. It's like saying, wow, that really sucks. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Can be all that person needs to hear, right? And then if they do want some kind of actual solution, I'm sure they'll ask for it, right? Hopefully. Your crush is a handsome boy. You love him, Michelle. Oh, that's exciting. Are you going to ask him out? Okay, bye, Shaquila. Take care. Michelle, tell me more about your crush. That's so exciting. Hi, Nicholas. How's it going? Good night, good night. It is 9, what time is it? 9:35 where I'm at. Canada has a huge time difference. I think there's like 4-hour difference from BC all the way to PEI. So yeah, there's there's big time jumps. Your crush doesn't like you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Michelle. That's really hard. I know, it's a bit heartbreaking, isn't it? Has that ever happened before to you guys? Ugh, rejection is so hard. But listen, just be gentle with yourself, right? And remember that if they aren't on the same page as you, it probably wasn't meant to be, right? And I am a true believer that everybody has compatible people out there that can make them happy in a relationship. A lot of people believe in true soulmates and everything, and I think that's great too. I don't know. It could be. I just feel like there's kind of like a percentage of compatibility with everybody, right? So you might find your soulmate, which is like 100% compatibility, or you might be happy with somebody that's like 80% compatible. That's just my take on it. Gives people, and if you have that kind of mindset, it gives you more, I guess, partner options, I suppose. Because sometimes people are like, looking for very, very, very specific things in relationship, which is fine, right? Be picky, but if you can't find that person after years and years and years, let's reevaluate this. Oh, Allie? Yeah, I guess not. AM. It's in the morning. Okay, Reshma, your friend isolated herself. Hmm. Okay, so her isolation is affecting her husband and hers relationship. Oh, that's hard to hear. Hi, JT. How are you doing? Well, I kind of recommend them, again, it's everybody's going to react differently to those kind of experiences, right? And as a friend, you're not her therapist, right? Like, you can't try to fix her marriage for her. So by just being there for her and just remembering, right? Like, I know it's painful for you. Of course, you care about her and love her and want to support her. So that's kind of the way to do it, right? Is to say, okay, I'm here to support you. And taking care of yourself too. Like, this doesn't sound easy for you to watch your friends suffer as well. If you need to talk to somebody, or if you want to give her advice to talk to a professional about it, that's a lot to process there. A loss of a young child. Is my husband okay with you being my moderator? Yeah, he's fine. He's I don't know. He lets me do whatever I want. You shall. We had so much we had so much time together, and I was gonna fall down. I was so shocked when we were so close to each other. Oh, is he like a really good friend, Ishal? He was gonna fall down and he hold me. Aw, I was shocked. And one day we were so close to each other that we were about to kiss, but he didn't. And one day he holds hands with me. Ishal, it sounds like he likes you. Did he say he didn't? If he's holding hands with you and saving you and putting his face up to yours, right? Yeah, Rishma, I know. It's absolutely awful. And I hope that with modern science, it happens to nobody ever again. Yeah, thank God for medicine. We're slowly getting closer and closer. Especially like with all the cancer discoveries recently, it makes me really optimistic that a lot of people will have to suffer less and less. I think within the next 50 years, things are going to really take off. Yeah, absolutely. It is a whole grieving process, right? Yeah, sorry I'm jumping back and forth between both of your combos. No, he doesn't. He said he hates me. But I think he does. Oh, that's hard. And they say one thing, but they're giving mixed messages, huh? Well, some people are like that. They don't want to be straight up with their feelings, and that's tricky. I'd say you shall make a list of kind of, I don't know, I guess write down the facts, right? Sometimes that can help. It's like, what are the facts that support he likes me? What are the facts that support he doesn't? Kind of go from there. And then also figuring out what you like about him. Yeah, Vicus. I think time is the best healer. So true. That is very true. It's okay to tell your friend to just have some patience and things will be back on track, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, they say like grief is like a hole in your life. It's never going to go away per se, but you can build beautiful things around it in order to honor that person. Do I want more Family Feud quotes? Do you have any, David? Any on your mind? Oh, I love our community, guys. I love that you guys are supporting each other in the comments. That's really beautiful to me. From around the world, too. Like, just think about it for a second. We're having these really deep, open conversations all together from around the world. Like, it's incredible. Best community ever, right here. Yeah. It sounds like she really does need to talk to maybe a professional, right? Whereabouts are you again, Reshma? I know that some cultures are less supportive of mental health, which is sad. You're from the East, Orion? Excellent. Whereabouts? That's cool. We got Philippines, Germany, USA. Yes, Isha. Don't give up, okay? And I think it depends on, like, yeah. I would question why you want to be with somebody who said that they hate you. Was it in a teasing way? Because it does sound like you guys are friends, right? So maybe it's just a teasing way. Who knows? Oh, you know what I wish that we could do is, like click on the person and then they could like talk with me live. That would be awesome. We could just chit chat with that person. Is that a thing? I think we could go live with people. Vicus, that's mascara. Come on. Eyeliner is like the the line. It's like a pencil. I'm gonna do my... This smells like chocolate, by the way, guys. This is awesome. It's better than chocolate. It looks like a chocolate bar and it smells like chocolate. It's so extra. I love it. Okay. David, what? In a day of 2014, you drank 39 bottles of full-fat cola. That's impressive. I used to have a really bad Coke addiction. Not like Coca-Cola addiction. I gotta be careful with my words here. When I went to university, oh my gosh, I had the worst diet. I was basically drinking like full-fat cola, 2-liter bottle, and crunchy Cheetos. And that was all I ate all day. It was crazy. I don't know why I did that. I was like, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want now. And that's what I chose to do with my autonomy. Yeah. Hey, Orion, she's got to process her emotions, right? Completely fine to process your emotions. Oh, Reshma, you're planning for a family? That's exciting. Well, congratulations for making that choice. Parenthood is a wild ride. It's a lot of fun. Say goodbye to your sleep. If you're somebody who loves sleep, that's going to be hard. But it's all worth it in the end. But also look out for that parental anxiety. That can be pretty horrible. And also something that I recommend to people who are pregnant is to take postpartum depression tests throughout their pregnancy and newborn time. Because that way you could track if you're experiencing postpartum depression. If you're starting to feel really bad about yourself, you have the numbers to say, hey, look, I'm struggling, I'm gonna get some help. Because unfortunately, it happens to a lot of ladies. It's not their fault, it's just kind of a hormonal imbalance situation. You have other facts, but you will only give one fact per day per live stream. I like that. David, you always are full with interesting facts, which I love. It's just a bad phase. Time will change and circumstances will change too. She just needs family and more importantly, listening, as Joe said. Yeah. Yeah, it is hard, for sure. Just be gentle with yourself. Oh, mascara. Yeah, I'm just teasing you, Vicus. Don't worry. I'm sure you don't know too much about makeup, but it's a lot of fun. You guys are missing out. I say everyone should be able to use makeup. Why not? Why not? I will achieve your goals first and then conquer the world, and then you will start to look at relationships. Success will attract the same quality of females. Oh, that's an interesting take, Orion. Yeah, that's funny. I know people, like some of my friends have that same mentality where they say, I'm going to put my head down and work really, really hard now so I can kind of support my family and date the person who I'm looking for. Which, nothing wrong with that. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's really interesting working with people in relationships because a lot of people have different ideas of it, right? So some people want to date, but they feel so embarrassed about not having a job at the moment or something like that, right? And it's like, okay, so you really desperately want love, but you don't have a job right now. It's like, let's analyze this. Is your worth as a person less than because you lost your job? Or you're the same person and you just don't have a job, right? And that's kind of a way to look at it, right? Some people want to find a person who isn't materialistic and will love them for who they are, no matter what kind of financial gains that they have, right? So it's almost like an opportunity in that case where it's like if you're really looking for somebody with those values, then now's kind of a good time actually to look for somebody to date. You don't know about women's makeup stuff. Yeah, that's okay. I could teach you. I got this. This is, okay, what order do I do it in? For the last little bit, I'll give you a makeup tutorial. Now, of course, all my stuff is out of order. And I'm missing a few things. Oh, they're in my bag down here. For my trip. I start off with this rose water spray, which is hydrating. Not sponsored, guys, okay? And then I use this Holy Grail serum, which also moisturizes. And then I go in with this retinol cream, which is really good for your skin. And then I do some moisturizing makeup. I do really late makeup, guys. Some people put so much makeup on their faces, but I hate the way it feels when it's super heavy. So this is basically just like tinted moisturizer. And then I use a little bit of powder just to dab on top because I tend to blush sometimes really randomly. Like I'll be in the middle of session, all of a sudden I'll get these like red splotches all over my face. So I just cover that up a little bit. Your makeup is nothing, eh, Orion? That's okay. Everybody's got their own thing. Oh my gosh. One of my siblings takes like I'm not even kidding, like 2 to 3 hours on their makeup every single morning. I just find that such a waste of time, but if it makes them happy, who cares, right? No financial stability, no mutual understanding. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Everybody's got their own values. Like some people couldn't even fathom dating somebody without a job. But it is what it is, right? Vicus, you're funny. Okay, guys, well, I'm thinking of wrapping things up. I feel pretty ready to go for my day, do some work. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Final thoughts. If you're feeling anxious, just take it easy. Take a few deep breaths. Try to really pinpoint what is making you anxious. Challenge that thought. use some grounding techniques. And by that, I mean really focusing in on the present moment instead of those nasty thoughts that are causing you anxiety. You can use your five senses to do this. Say, okay, I'm going to look at the wall color. I'm going to feel the clothes on my skin. I'm going to taste the taste in my mouth. I'm going to smell the smells in my room. Grounded. I'm in the present moment now. And now I can think rationally because I have confronted and managed that anxiety. So I can properly move forward instead of panicking all day long. But also note, guys, that sometimes people do have an anxiety disorder, which is where there's a chemical imbalance in your mind. So you're consciously anxious all the time. And that would be the case of using medication to fix this. So just keep in mind, these techniques are more for people who are just anxious sometimes. If you're anxious all the time, maybe get assessed for an anxiety disorder. Okay? All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, join my membership if you want, and I'll see you next time. Peace.